All right, hello everyone, and welcome to what will be the second week of Final Fantasy IX, or as some Japanese players have stated, the second worst collaboration of the year, with the second week of the second worst collaboration of the year. Yes, it's all doom and gloom on the JP side because nothing is OP. But don't worry, there's probably a vision card to fix that that you can pay for, so good news for that. All right, so let's take a look at what is coming this week to JP and not to Worldwide, which doesn't make a lick of sense to me, but okay. First off, we are going to be looking at the, well, I dubbed this the Snake Tank, the Moraga transformation, whatever the heck you want to call this thing. I know there's an appropriate name for it, but damned if I'm going to say it in my video. So yeah, this is another one of those super challenge missions that we saw over the summer that are pretty difficult. You have to do it in multi, but you do get rewards. And if you can beat it, you do get entered into a draw for large lapis prizes, which if you're tracking most pities, this is about two characters and a half, not even including the vision cards. But hey, jokes aside, I mean, this is essentially going to be probably, I mean, I hope they've made this a little bit easier because it is anniversary. So I'm hoping that more players will be able to beat this easier, because the last time it was a little bit of a handful. And I feel like they should really, allow more players into this to potentially get more people sticking around. So, excuse me. Obviously not for super brand new accounts, but anyway, so that's a thing that's happening on JP this week. It will be happening later for everyone else, but there you go. Next up, we have Limit Burst upgrades as well as Master Quests. Preen is the only one getting a Master Quest 2. And yes, I think that Fly Glassy is the most notable one from this week. I think Whisper's in there as well, and Jaden, but I'm really expecting that Fly Glassy is going to be the star of this week. Not too terribly much else to say about that. Of course, this is a pretty big week for people who are Final Fantasy IX fans, because everyone's favorite Black Mage, VIVI, is coming to the game. And no doubt in my mind, this character is gonna be interesting to keep an eye on. Dark isn't really completely out of the meta yet. It still has a bunch of strong characters in it, and it really has the potential to soar with a magic team, with the second thing we're going to talk about today. But yeah, VB Dark Mage 100 cost, which is a good sign of him being powerful. He has Red Mage as well as, I think it's Blade Soul. I think it's the Rage has job, if I'm recognizing the icon. Apologies if not. But we do know that he has dark magic attacks. We know that he can protect re-rays on characters, and that right there is probably good enough for consideration, because Wrath, at the very least, is going to be synergistic with this character. Taking a look at his master ability, Critical Evasion, which, I don't know, Vivi's a slippery little character, but I wonder if that's just going to be a thing where it's impossible to crit this character. To make him a little more interesting. He does have magic attack resistance penetration, so his damage should be pretty good, especially if his unique equipment is supportive of just high damage types. Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. Magic human killer on this, possibly. Also, not entirely sure, but I am curious about what VV is classed as in the game. Because without getting into too much FF9, human really doesn't cut it here, so I wonder if he's going to be off human, which makes human killer just kind of useless against him. Curious to say the least. But the second thing is the vision card, and the vision card, yeah, this will be one, all right. So equipped to katanas, staffs for Black Mage group, obviously, mace, and books. This vision card is already looking like a really strong VC. It's maxed out ability is magic power up. So yeah, if you think about just right there, I mean, sure, Rayches could be the katana yielder to benefit from this, but the magic power for staffs, maces, and books is insane. That is just a lot of synergy across multiple elements. This VC might even tie together some kind of multi-elemental party that I have not yet thought of. But party abilities also range attack resistance up and reaction block rate. Not amazing for some of it because it doesn't feel like range attack is super big. Wait, hold on. Let me double check that. Oh, AoE attack. I always get the user. Anyway, I guess technically isn't right. Anyway, I think this will be a strong VC. It's both offensive and defensive. It's potentially good for just increasing blocking rates for many types of mages. And also the specific unit in question that will have this equipped is getting magic power and speed, both of which are pretty good to have. But the pièce de résistance, the thing that this will really sway some people, maximum HP up for duels only. So yeah, for duels, this is questionable. This is potentially one of these things that is going to be a clear advantage because HP up, depending on what the percentage is, I expect it to be about 5%, but if it's 10% or higher, that's potentially enough to really start making a difference on whether or not people will have a big advantage. And you're also, for vision mastery in duels, getting strike and slash resistance up by 2, which isn't a ton, but keep in mind, the more of these that start coming, the more and more resistances that are going to be. And yeah, it's a long-term whale project, what you gonna say? But I think that overall this VC is more appealing than the previous week just because it might enable some more mage shenanigans over multiple elements, which might give mage more of a thing to do than it has recently. There hasn't particularly been any like multi-elemental mage team, and maybe this is just that last piece to really get in. And I'm going to be curious to see one way or the other. As for bonuses this week, we do have the continuing stuff going on here. We do have all of this leading up to the 14th, and we'll see what else shows up on the 14th. As for login bonuses, nothing really special here. Pretty much a repeat of last week. Again, and we do love repeats, don't we? Continuing on, VIVI will have a pity, and the VC will also have a pity. We can see already that VIVI will be following a very similar step-up pattern to what Zidane had. Nothing here is looking very special, but just the exact same thing. As for the VC banners, yeah, VC banners look to be the same, which is also kind of just unappealing, but we'll just kind of see what happens. Also, does look like this, a UR4 for Lapis. And as always, I would like to remind people that these deals are always worse than what is yet to come. And seeing that the 14th is supposed to be Helena Day, which is probably going to be the new extremely powerful character a la Soul kind of character, I'm going to say that this is just a Lapis bait to get people to spend. 4 URs sounds pretty good, but given this, that the pool keeps getting bigger and bigger, kind of hard to see this being really all that appealing, especially if there's a selected banner right around the corner. So save up, carry on kind of thing. And I guess global player or global worldwide player will be able to get all the details later. But yeah, that's essentially it. We're looking at VIVI week here. I'm sure it will be exciting and interesting for FF9 interested players and potentially just Mage in general with the new VC the way it is. Either way, we're starting to see Holo Vision cards coming with masteries for PvP, which is definitely going to be starting to make that separation between groups even bigger. So, thanks so much for watching. Take care and see you later.